Hey folks, it's Dave Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. I'm trying to get my videos out a little more rapidly than I have been. As you can tell, it is nighttime. It is almost 12:30. I'm on the night shift schedule again. Tonight I want to talk to you about what the Department of Corrections is often portrayed as versus what the Department of Corrections is. And that's going to lead into a video series of the different jobs in the Department of Corrections. I don't know the people that are getting into corrections now what they've been told in the media. We didn't have advertisement flyers. We didn't have a big YouTube presence. We didn't have a big social media presence when I got into the department in 94. I found it because my dad said it's time for me to have a career and I need to be ready to be a corrections officer. So I went on ahead and I joined, and it was great. It gave me the ability to raise two kids, gave me the ability to send them to school, help them out with the bills when they need to be helped out. Never gone without a meal, never gone without health insurance, never gone without a roof over my head. And I credit all that to the Florida Department of Corrections. But nowadays, with the media presence, you see one of two things. One is the extremely negative connotations that we are getting from various media outlets. It all goes back to that one rotten apple will ruin a whole bushel. Okay, it's a couple of bad things at one or two isolated incidents, one or two isolated locations within the state of Florida that cast a negative light on all of us. It doesn't matter how many times we try to defeat that perception, it continues to persist. Now, that's not the Florida Department of Corrections that people are lining up in droves to join. The Department of Corrections, the people are lining up in droves to join, are the ones that show correctional officers in full turnout gear, training with batons and shotguns and chemical munitions and whatever else we train with. And it's really showing what I like to refer to as the glamorous side or the shiny side of the Department of Corrections. Truth to tell, folks, we don't go behind the fence and have that glamorous job. That's not what we do, okay? As our title implies, we are the Department of Corrections. We are a department. We are a government agency with a mission to correct behavior. That's our job. That is our job. That is 100% our job. We are to correct the criminal behavior that got the inmates to us in the first place, so that when we release them back to society, they won't come back to us. That's our ultimate goal, is to make it so that they come out to society, they're law-abiding citizens, they're doing the right thing, and they're staying out of prison. That's the end goal of every Department of Corrections in this nation. If it's not, then you're doing it wrong. Okay? We, at one point in time in Florida, were referred to as the Department of Rehabilitation. Same thing. Rehabilitation, corrections. You're either rehabilitating the offender or you're correcting the offender's behavior. It's the same thing. That is the mission of the Florida Department of Corrections. If you're a dorm officer, if you're a tower officer, if you are an internal security officer, you're a supervisor, your mission is the same. It is to correct the behavior that got the inmates to us in the first place, so that they can go out and be productive members of society. I don't know how many times I have heard it said, and I don't know how many times I have said it. The people that you watch on a day-to-day basis could conceivably end up as your neighbor when they get out of prison. Make sure you're teaching them how to be a good neighbor. Folks, it's not more difficult than that. It's really not. I've been called a glorious babysitter. That's not true. I have been called more colorful things than I'm really willing to put on YouTube by the inmates that I watch and by several members of the general public. But all in all, what I am is a teacher. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching people how to behave in a law-abiding society and be law-abiding citizens and productive members of society. That's my job. And if you get in the department, that's your job too. You can consider yourself a social worker. You can consider yourself a teacher. You can consider yourself an instructor, problem solver, whatever you want to say. Just remember, you are in the business of helping people. You are absolutely in the business of helping people, and it absolutely 100% starts with that dormitory officer. And that's where the next video is going to go. It's the dormitory officer. Folks, this is Dave Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. Remember, in reference to my last video, hashtag love shouldn't hurt. Okay, if you see one of your brothers in trouble, help him. Help him any way you can. Worst thing you can do is nothing. That's all I got for this video. If you like what you see, go on ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video. This is Dave Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. See you then.